In less than 2 weeks, they've got over 90,000 followers on Twitter. They've got over 40,000 members in their Discord. Their promo on Twitter has almost 1 million views, and the team have launched a successful project before. Let's jump in and check out More Than Gamers. Now look, getting down to the details of this project, it is a 10,000 item NFT. The mint is at 0.2 ETH each on the 23rd of December, and the public sale is on the 24th. 5,000 are whitelisted and 5,000 are the public sale, so it's about 50-50 split. Now, you may have seen sort of this imagery before. It does look very similar to what CloneX is, but essentially flipped, and I do believe these people are kind of riding the hype and the success of CloneX, which isn't a bad thing. It shows that this is kind of hot and in fashion right now, and it means that they can kind of have a good run. So if you can get on one of the whitelists, and there are so many whitelist giveaways for this currently happening on Twitter, jump over onto Twitter and you can check that out. Now look, I want to butt in really quick and just say that with this project, the way that I'm looking at this, I'm trying to give you the value and the explanation about why I would be investing in this project. I'm not diving into the mechanics of what their game may be, diving into the art itself. I'm looking at the aspects that are the green flags for me, the things that I look at this project and go, yes, just so you can kind of get my take on it, because I believe there are lots of other people out there that have explained this project in more detail and in more depth than I could in this video right now. And I'm just giving you my perspective and my thoughts on it to hopefully give you an idea if this should be a project that you want to mint or not. Anyway, let's get back into it. Now, when we have a look on the website, and I'll only touch on this briefly because I want to get to the good stuff, they've got an origin story, but essentially what you can do, it's a gamified NFT. So what you can do is you can stake your More Than Gamer, which then gives you, once you've got 1,000 tokens, you can then essentially have a 25% chance of winning a 1 of 100 rare newly minted NFT. And because it's a rare one, it gives you that chance to kind of essentially buy them, stake them, and then get a chance to kind of build onto that. And then they're also going to be having a physical aspect when it comes down to figurines and collectibles, which is nice to see. And they've got a TLDR right here, essentially 10,000 minting on the 23rd, 10% is going to charity, which is nice to see, in-game staking, and then they're going to get some land in Decentraland and plans for an animated series, etc. Now, the reason that I'm passing over all of these details to begin with is this isn't what gets me excited about this project. There are a few aspects that come down to it. When we actually have a look at More Than Gamers on Twitter, they've got the 90,000 followers, but we can see that their promo here has got 950,000 views on Twitter, which is absolutely insane. It is huge. The production values on this are very high. Now, another aspect when it comes down to the team, you've got the marketing and the owner, TFG. If you have a look at TFG, he's got 335,000 followers on Twitter. And you'll also notice here that he is the director, and he basically launched Ape Kids Club. And if you actually have a look at Ape Kids Club, you may have seen these people before. They've got 75,000 followers on Twitter. And then jumping on over to OpenSea with Ape Kids Club, you can get a preview of the art here. Now, if you've been in the NFT space for at least a month, you will have seen Ape Kids Club absolutely pump. Now, what I will say about the owner, TFG, is he's actually just released a YouTube channel. I've got his link in the description below, so you can go check him out after this video, of course. So he's actually essentially doxed himself. Not that he wasn't doxed before, but it gives you a chance to kind of hear and see his face, which is good for the project. Also, TFG, if you're watching this right now, hit me up in the DMs and slide me one of those whitelists. Can't wait to mint one of these. So this is good. It's a bullish sign because it shows that he's actually kind of put his face out there and he's putting his reputation on the line. But what I really want to show you is where More Than Gamers can actually go when it comes down to the mint. Now, looking at Ape Kids Club, which essentially they launched on Nansen, we can get an idea of what the volume and trajectory can be. So we can see here that it was deployed 21 days ago, and that from the bottom, it's risen all the way up. There was huge volume, and the average price went to around 1.4 ETH. It has since dropped down, but it's well above the mint price, which is crazy to see. So I'm not saying that this is a done deal and it's gonna work, but if you did buy in at the 0.2 ETH mark, without giving financial advice, because this is not financial advice, it's pretty much a home run. So if you can get on that whitelist, it's going to be good. In the public sale, there will most likely be a gas war when it comes down to it. So it will then mean that it'll be much harder to kind of get. So this is one of those projects where you should definitely enter all of the whitelist giveaways that you can get. And that's why this has come to my attention. It's come to the attention of other people. They've kind of seen this pop up in their feeds. This just keeps popping up. I keep getting tagged in them and it's hard not to see. So TFG has done a really good job when it comes down to marketing, because it's hard for someone like me to not see the project when it comes down to the fact that I'm always tagged into it and it's always popping up in feeds. And on their Instagram, 22,000 followers, not too many posts, but we can see that they've actually got sort of some previews here, so you can kind of get an idea of what the concepts look like. Some people like it. When I was watching NFT Pastor's video, you can actually check that out up here. He's not too much of a fan of the art style, but saying that he comes from a bit of a 3D background so he can understand it. When I look at this, I think it's quite cool, but for me, 3D isn't something that I wholeheartedly understand. So it's one of those things where I know art is subjective, and I think it looks cool in a kind of sort of anime / realist type way. And overall, I know I'm butchering it when I'm coming down to my articulation of what it looks like, but overall art is subjective, and overall I think it's pretty cool. So what do I think about More Than Gamers? When it comes down to it, I think the fact that the team have everything in place to actually execute a good project, and they've actually executed it before, that is the main driving force in this. I know that some people are art first and some people are team first. When it comes down to it, this team have executed it before. The way that they are running their whitelist giveaways is bringing in a lot of hype and a lot of attention. Now, one criticism that could be made from this is the fact that it is very hyped up, so it may follow that run like Ape Kids Club, where it kind of boosted up really high and pulled back down. Saying that, I don't think that the project will ever fall below the mint price. So if you did get in at mint price, it's going to be a surefire hit. It's going to be a home run. So that is one criticism that could be made, in the sense that community may not be built as much as other projects or as strong as other projects. But saying that, the hype may kind of give it a parabolic run and a boost up when it comes down to actually launch. Because there are so many whitelist giveaways, this is well worth kind of doing that grind to get on the whitelist, because it's one of those things where if I got on the whitelist, usually I would wait to kind of see how the whitelist goes, but this is almost a surefire slam dunk when it comes down to the amount of hype and where it's going, that you're almost good to just mint straight off the bat. Now, this is not financial advice. You should do your research when it comes down to it, because 0.2 ETH isn't a small number. It's not like a 0.05 mint. It is a sizable mint, and that's why I do think there should be a run up to around that 1.5 2 ETH mark quite easily, just from where this is. I don't think it'll sustain that. I do think it will kind of pull back when you kind of get to a reveal. But saying that, I do think it will sit well above the mint. So overall, I hope you found value in this video. TFG, if you did watch this, hit me up in the DMs, slide me that whitelist, because it would be much appreciated. As always, it's been a pleasure having you with me. I look forward to seeing you in the next one.